Nostalgia is a strange beast. It relies on a shared cultural awareness. We look back together as we move forward. It helps ground us. After the fall, we lost that shared awareness when we lost mass media. The end of the information age was the end of nostalgia. At least that is how it seemed. In the wasted world, there was much to look back fondly on. The thing is, for some, the old world never ended. For them, nostalgia was all they had left. When your world has ended, there is no future. There's only the past.
Eric, you're walking along a ridge, area that overlooks the city. The city glitters beneath you, all lit up. It's a view that is unfamiliar but comforting to you. You sit down and you find yourself not doing your usual, which would be reaching for your rifle and looking through the scope at whatever's below. Instead, you just take in the view. You hear from behind you to your right. Mind if I join you?
No, man, but I feel a little bit like somebody else that I wasn't expecting to be.
This is an aside. Roll with it, Mike.
All right. Sit down, man.
Okay, so it is a woman. She's in her late 20s, maybe, possibly early 30s, hard to tell. She is dressed like an extra from La La Land, not like an extra from Walking Dead. So has a very brightly pastel outfit. She's a lot more made up than the people that you're used to meeting. She basically, everything is on point. She also seems familiar to you, and you're not sure where you know her from.
What can I do for you?
Was just walking and I saw you sitting here.
Yeah, I was just taking it all in.
You seem at peace.
Well, I met Jesus, so ever since then things seem to be a little bit more in line.
She smiles knowingly and she points. She has a little crucifix, one of those very narrow chains, the very small, the kind of thing that you give your daughter, like at her
yeah.
I don't know the appropriate religious ritual.
Confirmation, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Although I'm thinking of something that's a little later than that, graduation often. But yeah, so you did notice it first when you call attention to it. And she smiles knowingly. Yeah. Once you've met him, it changes your perspective a little, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, things don't seem quite so important as they once seemed.
You met him before, right?
What?
So it wasn't just at the church.
Well, it was, because that's where he was.
I've been trying to meet you for some time, Eric.
Forgive me. You seem to know who I am, but I don't have any idea who you are.
Do you remember the grove in the desolation that should not have been?
Yeah.
Think back in the feeling there, what that place was like, and then the feeling in the church when he was present.
Yeah, it was nice.
And it's not the only time you felt like that. And every time you felt it, I was with you.
Okay, so I mean, look, I've seen a lot of stuff. I mean, I met Jesus.
She smiles.
I'm you forgive me. I'm not dumb. Are you trying to tell me that you are God?
My name is Karen.
Oh man.
Can you cut to the whole group, please, Colt? Okay. So the party is driving along in the courtesy van, and we got Lomar up front. And who do we determine was usually shotgun? That's Goldwater, right?
Yep.
And then the rest are kind of in back. And the other passenger, which you can hear if you want to, Hammond, there is a voice box thing about the size of a tool chest. So you can turn Big Tex on if you want, because all of his shit is in the back with you.
Got it.
So is he on or off? Do you toggle him on or off?
Yeah, we'll toggle him on real quick, see what he has to say.
Well, howdy.
Howdy, Tex.
So do me a favor, good buddy.
Anything, Tex.
Could you turn my eye around so I'm not just looking at the back of the van?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Totally. I wasn't aware that the eye was active. That's my fault.
Well, you plugged it in. You did one heck of a job. I owe you
There you
something,
go.
Pierce. If there's anything I can ever do for you, you just let old Tex know.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
So he turns around this oversized eye that's connected by one of those sneaky, like pigtail cables into the back of the toolbox. So it's a little, even though it's a real kind of like anime painted, like it's a very cartoony looking eye, but the fact that it's connected to a voice and a brain makes it unsettling. And he turns around to face the rest of the van. Oh, much better.
And so you get I'm Hammond, by the way, Tex.
Hammond.
This is Lord Vod and
Lord?
Water.
What kind of Lord are you?
Of doing cool stuff.
That's
Like I don't own any land or anything.
Are you a trick shooter?
No,
Trick
Like-
rider?
like I can blow stuff up with my brain and stuff.
Kind of like just a trick.
What tricks? Oh, you're a magician.
Yeah, I'm a magician. I prefer wizard, sorcerer, but yeah, magician.
Wizard, sorcerer. Do you eat fire?
Do I eat fire?
Oh, we had a gent that ate fire. It was amazing. Didn't burn him or nothing.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you
I
do that?
usually burn. Well, I do stuff.
Oh,
I
I
burn
did-
people with or things.
So Hammond, your friends here, they're carny folk.
Well, I really don't know them too well, but I'd say that they're in the life.
I'm Lomar. I drive the car.
Well, there's very few bumps, so you're driving quite well. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I
Torg
usually-
here. Torg saved your life.
I remember
Wow.
you. You're that big galoot, right?
Yes, Torg big. Torg galoot? Torg not know that word.
Oh, I mean it with all love. Is that your hair or is that a scarf?
Torg hair and Torg scarf.
Oh, that's mighty fine. Mighty fine.
Torg no.
And who's the grim looking feller riding shotgun?
IRS Special Agent Goldwater. How do you do?
Well, I preferred having a physical body, if you must know. This is a little unsettling. At present, I'm a voice and an eye and a brain.
Well, you're lucky you're that. I mean, if it wasn't for me and my buddy, the IRS agent, you would be nothing. Because these little monsters were trying to eat you. And I know Torg said that. Torg said saved your life, but Torg tried to stop me from killing these monsters. Torg.
Torg not happy with Hammond's recollection of story. That not true. Torg very much.
I don't know if you're having some kind of cognitive distortion there, Torg, but there were creatures that were about to eat you, Tex. I'm sure you remember this, correct?
Lomar, while your passengers are talking to the remains of an animatronic advertising figure.
Roll my what?
They're having a conversation back there.
Right. Yeah.
Up ahead, you see terrain. And in the desolation, any terrain at all is worthy of notice and comment. You think it's the building you're looking for.
Hey, everybody. It looks like there's some different land up there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you all look out, and if you've seen the sequel to Blade Runner, and I am of the percentage of people who thinks you absolutely must because I love it to death. But the way they shoot the outside, and this is also true in the original, where everything is this kind of Martian red orange. The Desolation is a lot like that. I picture the Desolation Sands being a little deeper red as opposed to the orange, but the sky having that full of dust, orange, like the light doesn't penetrate properly. And in the distance, you see the damaged remains of a building sunken mostly below the sands. What's left is very badly damaged. It's shifting the foundation, so it leans a bit to one side. You're looking for a place called Evermore. It was designed to last through any disaster, according to the promotional footage and papers that you dug up when you were looking for a new place to call home. And that seems to be it.
I think we're at our spot.
This Torg and fam new home possible?
I mean, we're probably roughly in the right spot, right?
Who had the landlord? Did somebody have a map box, or do none of these characters have a map box?
I mean, we would have had I don't know if it's on my character sheet.
Well, no, the map thing's very specific and it's rare. It's like having a magic item because it's the computer assisted maps.
Oh,
for sure.
We have like paper maps, but not a.
Yeah.
You're talking like a GPS device. Yeah, I don't think any of us have anything like that.
It was, I think, a couple of.
I mean, I have landlore at 5, but.
Right. But you don't have like a holographic device that you can do pinch and squeeze or any of that. You don't have any of that crap.
No.
That's knowledge and gumption. Okay.
Nothing that you could just say enhance to and it will tell you where you are.
Tex, do you have a map?
I do, but it's only of the fair.
Oh, well, that's not going to be very helpful.
Shows you where the funnel cakes are.
If you need to,
is there a churro machine at the fair?
Is there? Oh, you mean the churro section?
Yes. Okay, mark that spot.
It's on Snack Lane.
Okay.
Near Impulse Buy Boulevard.
Okay. We may need to pick that up for our new location.
All right, so it looks like about 5 levels of the building are still exposed. Again, it's at not quite leaning tower, almost leaning tower pizza angle, right? So it's probably only stable because the rest of the foundation has it severely, it's rooted and supported by the sands around it.
That building doesn't look too good.
Nope. But we're here.
But, let's head in. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's some sub levels that aren't tilted. Trying to live on something like that would be.
We're going in early this time.
All right, so the van pulls up. We'll waste some CGI budget on a long tracking shot as you go in, and we see the scale as you get closer.
Wow.
Because it's sunk like the way it is, there's normally you would encounter, the accretion disk of like parking lots and support buildings that any big building would tend to have. Because it's sunk, none of that is visible. So it's just unusual in that it's just that building and then sand. So you can basically pull right up to it.
Well, here's my suggestion, guys. Go in there, we try to break a window or something, get inside, and see if we can find a staircase to let us know what level we're on to give us an idea of how much is underneath the sand.
Torg think that great plan. Torg easy break window. Torg on it.
Great.
Torg then bounds over to like the nearest window with the intention of just punching it straight open.
And is basically, is everyone getting out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Lomar, I think we established this last time, but if we didn't, you have basically tie downs and things. Even though it's a van, you have things attached to keep it stable in case there's a sandstorm. So you'd spend like a couple of minutes anchoring your van.
Yes, I have, as my character sheet indicates, many bags, packs, and satchels. So I will use my resources to kind of anchor the van. Is there a way to is the sand like givey, or is it
No, the way you do it is you do this in camping sometimes. You take extra long, often rebar poles, and you put them in at an angle. So when you pull against them, it's pulling against the sand and would anchor you.
Got it.
You probably have that set up in advance. You probably even have the cables over the car coiled and clipped, so you can just pull up and just set that down. It goes faster if you have help. Do you have somebody helping you anchor the car? Okay, so Hammond will help you with that.
Thank you, Hammond.
Hey, no problem, man.
So that gives me Goldwater and Torg in Nevada, with Torg in the lead because of the bounding, which is a faster movement rate than standard walking, of course. I think even in D&D bounding, you get like 35 around. So you're
and when you're like Torg size,
It's true.
mean,
it's true.
3 bounds and
Yeah,
I'm
you
at
can
the,
go pretty fast.
I'm at the building.
Yeah,
I
you can bound the shit out of that building.
at one point I dated a much shorter person, and my stride, because I'm a tall, was enough that I would have to intentionally kind of almost do 2 for 1. Otherwise, the poor deer was like that. Yeah. All right, so you approach the place, and you see that breaking a window is not a step you're going to have to bother with. Clearly, sandstorms have hit this thing, right? And promises that you saw that everyone was going to last through storms and all that, like apparently not sandstorm, because the whole front of the thing is pitted, and whole areas, not just windows, independent windows, but whole sections have just been blown out. So again, think pretty standard, like, look at the back of the Zoom video, right? So standard kind of post-apocalyptic looking building. So you could crawl in. Now you happen to remember that Lomar's got some extra cable and rope. So if you wanted to have like dungeoneering equipment, your handy post-apocalypse Uber driver has that in the back of the van.
How big is the building, and is it like cinder block? Is it like nondescript? Like, what is it made out of?
So it is a late model, so it was built not long before the fall.
Okay.
So it is like one of the buildings they put up in New York about, it was like a fad about 10 years ago, where they were I know in Chicago we had a problem where faces of buildings were falling off, and they replaced them in the glass. So it was concentrating basically laser beams.
Mm-hmm.
They were building new buildings that were resistant to the elements in new ways.
Okay.
So they're, as far as the style, it's a little brutalist.
Okay.
So it's and that kind of architecture was featured in the early Planet of the Apes movies. So they have that very, weirdly a bunch of community colleges ended up looking like the apes are going to rise up.
Right. It's like poured modular concrete.
Yeah.
Downtown Los Angeles.
Well, and it's probably,
Yeah.
and Hammond would know this looking at it, is it would also be different kinds of composites, and the way the construction will be set up would be to resist things like earthquakes. But this has not lived up to its promise.
Gotcha. Well, a nuclear apocalypse will do that.
He was asking a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So Torg, you want to climb in one of the windows because you can really walk around to one that's kind of, because it's at an angle, you can walk around to one that's kind of where you are and just kind of walk in.
Yeah, no, definitely. Torg for sure bounds their way through and then is careful after the bounding as to not potentially disrupt any rubble and if it's not stable. But I imagine, Torg would definitely get in there and kind of sweep the floor and just kind of see if they can gauge what level they're on. Do I need to roll anything to be able to do that, or
you walk inside?
Okay.
And the first thing is the footing is a little uneven because you're at an angle. The other thing is, at this level anyway, you're so close to the ground level where the sand is that, so it's like this and it's tilted. Everything on this level that's down here is full of sand. So the point where it's packed in from blown sand. So you can go up on this level and around because it's kind of, think Titanic rules. Like you can go up out of the water, but that way is sand. So you can start going up and around, and from old buildings, and you've been to a few, and you've been to Waco, you've been to a few places, that generally they only label floors like on staircases or elevators.
Yeah.
So you want to walk around looking for an elevator? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you
going to look around for an
make a point to be waiting for other people from your group, or you just go?
Well, I figured before Torg goes in, Torg calls out to everyone, of course. Torg going to go inside, make sure building stable. Torg can handle crushing. You small people, not so much. So wait here, and then Torg will be back with best guess of stability and floor countage.
Torg, do you want a rope in case the floor gives way? We can anchor it here.
Torg probably be fine.
Oh, okay. So when we turn back around again, I think the camera would swing around. We'd see Navad and Goldwater standing about 60 yards ish away because they were just kind of walking up. They weren't bounding. And then behind them, you would see Lomar and Hammond working together fairly efficiently and fairly well, anchoring the van and making sure the van is secure. And Lomar would do things from experience, like put the snorkel up in case there is a storm, so you can start the damn thing. He's doing all the proper moves to get set up. All right, so unless anyone does anything to talk them out of it or to chase them in, Torg enters the building alone.
Can't stop.
Torg, when Torg says Torg doing something, Torg doing that thing.
Torg mind made up. Torg do what Torg do.
Torg careful, okay? Torg aware. Torg not going to China shop bull run building. Just Torg will be careful once inside.
Yeah. I'll also say that argument scenes are the most boring scenes to watch outside of transaction scenes. So go to it, Torg.
Go for it. Yeah, I hope it messes up.
I disagree. No,
I like the idea that Torg was just internally arguing with assumed perceptions of Torg's friends.
Yeah. Well, I think like Navad and Goldwater kind of exchange a look like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Torg is Torg.
We're gonna Torg.
All right. I'm gonna need from Torg a first off a notice check, please. You have 4 dice.
Okay, thank you. All right, Magic Cat. Meow. Farts. Well, I don't really need to grab it because I got 3 6s.
Wow.
Look at you.
Torg is like noticing too much.
Yeah, Torg noticed everything.
Torg is overstimulated.
Torg ate some
He's
mushrooms
colored.
about 45 minutes ago.
So you're seeing evidence that creatures have been in here, right?
Okay.
So there's, it's not clear tracks and it wasn't recent, but this is someplace in desolation that is obviously cave-like. So it's really no surprise to you that any number of things would come in here if there's no other reason to get out of the storms when they happen.
Right.
So that would definitely put you on your slightly less reckless, like there could be anything in here. And there's like, those are kind of maybe tracks. And so there's the sense that you're very likely not alone.
Okay. Torg very carefully readies their big basher just in case Torg encounters anything on the way for the search for the elevator. And since Torg isn't very far in, Torg also, yells out, Torg see tracks, Torg see possible creature, Torg not sure, just be on alert. Kind of warning everybody that there might be some creatures, roaming around the area. And then Torg moves forward to try to find the.
So you've come in through an apartment.
Okay.
So it clearly at some point was a residence.
Oh, okay.
But you want to be out of there because you want to go around. So you would go out the door into a corridor.
Oh.
And then start looking for.
Well, actually, I wouldn't have to do that. If it's an apartment building, wouldn't Torg just look at the front of the apartment door and see what number the apartment begins with and assume that's the floor they're on? Then I don't have to go much further and then risk having to fight alone.
It says 514.
Oh, okay. Torg goes, Torg know math. Torg know how numbers work. Torg walks over back to the broken window and yells out to everybody, Torg pretty sure this floor 5, because apartment number 515.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Hey, Torg. Good work.
Here we go.
Okay,
So that means there's only 5 floors underneath the sand.
The vehicle has been anchored, so the rest of the group can approach. You're all together. How do you proceed?
Follow Torg's lead.
Yeah, let's get in there.
Let's get in there.
John? So I'm not going to have you roll because between you, this is something you would definitely notice. The apartment has definitely been ransacked. So, because there's not, again, kind of Walking Dead rules, right? You're like, there's areas that clearly had people come through and scavenge. There are areas that clearly have not. The ones that have not generally have like Swiss cake rolls and bobbleheads and things. All of that is gone, right? I'm sorry, what was the language of Walking Dead? Chocolate pudding, right? Like, there's scavenge left, but there's still chocolate pudding. There's no chocolate pudding here. So it looks picked over, which does suggest at some point scavengers. But that's not, again, a huge surprise. In fact, that's something you were actively watching out for when Nomi took you out here. Warned you that there are scavengers that live in the desolation. But you're still going to want to go around and look for stairs?
Yeah, we think we should probably check out some of the other apartments, I mean, maybe the scavengers just hit this exposed apartment, but, they may not have hit some of the ones if we can go down or up. I don't know.
Deeper in,
down.
right.
Yeah. But hey guys, I'm wondering though if maybe we should set a trap here, just in case anybody follows us in.
I think that's a great.
Or at least something to warn us if somebody comes in. I don't know if we have anything like that, but
I do have various bags and satchels.
yeah, I got a couple satchels too.
Perhaps we could set a satchel trap.
Given the fact that you've got miscellaneous repair equipment, Hammond, you could maybe tinker something together. Are you looking for an alarm, or are you looking for a thing go boom?
You know what? I don't want a thing go boom just because I don't know the integrity of this building. And I don't want to blow the building up on us while we're in here. But if I could jimmy something together that would maybe just make some noise if something came in that would alert us.
Honestly, it's super Fallout, but the simplest thing is you reach into a satchel and you got a bunch of glass bottles, and you do the old glass bottles on a string hung to where somebody will knock them, and anybody in a bad recent sci-fi movie will go, "Oh no, sound!"
Yes, that's perfect.
All right, so you hooked that up.
All right.
All right, so then you're going to continue around. So one thing you're going to see is here and there is advertising on the walls. So they've got that, when they put like hotels do this a lot. They'll have the frame with the plastic and they'll put in like, "Come to the Galaxy Bar," or you're seeing signs that say things like, "Evermore, welcome home." So this feels to you, even though you're apparently on the 5th floor, like a model home. Like this is the kind of thing that you would take if you were a salesperson. You'd walk someone down this. It's
like that robot run housing complex that we saw.
Yeah. But there's none of that automation. So far, you're not seeing any of that.
All right, that's interesting. So, I mean, I will say, guys, I'm not going to imagine there's going to be too many supplies in model apartments, but maybe there's some actual residents in this building.
I kind of hope there aren't.
I just meant residential areas that might have supplies, not actual tenants,
living people.
I hope there's nobody in here.
So it's weird to use this phrase in a non-D&D game, but how Greyhawk are you going to get with this? Meaning, are you going into every room hoping to get swag, or are you just going to the elevator?
Yeah, this is not important. This is stuff we can look at later. What we need to find is if this place is livable, useful, not if we can find a bunch of knickknacks.
Not if we can
agree.
Okay, you're going to go up and you're going to get to stairs. The stairs are on the outside of the building. Not literally on the outside, but on the outer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you want to go up or down?
Down.
Okay.
Okay. So areas of this are actually going to be blocked by sand or collapsed stone or bits of building, but you can pick your way through it. And down here, there's a little less scavenge pick over to it. On the other hand, though, it is dark down here. Who's got the torches and the spikes?
Well, I actually have a little light that I could just turn on.
Cool.
I got a little light. Someone get my little hover light.
Oh,
say, hover light, activate.
Beep, beep, beep. It's a little beep thing. And, you speak beep boop, so you can talk to it.
Oh, beep boop, beep beep beep.
Yeah, it says "happy to serve," and it glides up and turns on a nice light for you.
So you have to say beep boop beep, but it can talk.
Yeah.
It talks. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
I turn to him and go.
It's kind of like a Dutch person.
Yeah, I turn to. I turn to Hammond and go, "Did you just talk to that robot?"
Beep 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 beep. Yep.
Awesome.
It nods. All right. So with the help of the hover light, you're able to pick your way through. If you're interested in spending time, there is some stuff in some of these apartments.
I mean, I'd say we just get as low as we can go and then work our way back.
And as we're traveling down, I'm just going to remind, I'll probably say this, this place was promised to us as being able to keep a large amount of people alive through anything. So the apartments don't matter. What we need to see is what kind of supplies they have, hydroponics, if those are still active or can be reactivated, stores of food, supplies. That's the important part. I'd love to go look through all these rooms, but that's last.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going to ask the question of the group: which of you would you think is the most observant of details? And then Barrett did me the favor of just answering the question.
Yeah, before he literally begged the question in this case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the original sense.
So you go down 2 levels, and it occurs to you, Goldwater, nothing goes inside. Everything is on the outer side facing out. So normally your elevator shaft, and depending on the layout, half of the apartments and the maintenance would be on an inward facing wall. So far, everything has been around the outside.
Oh, wild.
That must mean there's something in the middle.
I know we talked about elevator shafts as possibly a better way to get around. I say we try to get further in. I don't know how much we're going to get out of these stairways.
How do you think we get further in?
Let's just pick a floor and go at this point.
What are we on? Floor 3 now?
You're on 3 now.
So last time we pop in, check it out.
Well, so you start looking at that inner wall and trying to find your way in. So, Hammond, because of your training, you don't have access to a schematic, obviously, or a floor plan, but it kind of looks to you like the outer wall that really almost surprisingly did not survive the elements as much as it was advertised it would, may be a sheet. Like it kind of looks like it's just for show and wasn't an actual, it looks like the actual building is on the inside. So like picture a big square and then like a whole set of rooms wrapped around the outside.
Okay, so this is, yeah, guys, I'll be honest. I don't think the apartments don't even look like they go deep enough into the middle of this building.
Oh,
I think that there's 2. I think that there's another building in here. I think there's a building within a building, or it's like wrapped around a giant missile silo or something.
yeah, it does seem strange that we're just walking around the outside of the building.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to get towards the middle.
Right.
So you see no evidence, by the way, of damage to that inner wall. So on the outer wall, a lot of it you've got, areas where I said there was some collapse that was walking away. None of that damage has occurred to that inside face.
This building was built to withstand a bunch of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that even this facade of the building is part of that defense, that it's supposed to look like it is all messed up, but maybe behind this wall, there's like a whole bunch of cool stuff. Might even be people. That might be where the tenants are.
So are you saying there's a decoy building on the outside of an actual building?
I'm saying that this could be part of its defense in surviving so long by having a false facade, so that in this, the world, I would call it post-apocalyptic, except we're living in it. So the apocalyptic world that we are in, it would be a deterrent, right? I mean, if it looks like it's all broken out and it's been scavenged, that'd be a perfect deterrent to keep somebody away from getting through that wall.
So Lomar, being a driver, you're actually kind of used. There is a technique that some drivers of the few like expensive, like hover caddies, like the high-end vehicles, they'll sometimes use shells, and they'll make the car look like a piece of shit, but it literally isn't anything. It's like applying.
Yeah, it's called draping
to a nicer car. Thank you. Well, of course you. So it looks like this building was draped.
So guys, there's a technique that some drivers use. When they have a really nice car, but they don't want something to happen to it, it's called draping. They put the facade of a crappy car on the outside.
Right.
I'm thinking that this building is a drape.
Yeah, man, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
I just was saying that.
I wanted to say it in a different way.
You did.
Yeah. Well, let's figure out how we get through this. Do we have any
You know,
tools
you
that
can just agree, right?
Sometimes I like to embellish my thoughts.
Okay. So Lomar, but if you know it's a draped car, how do you get to the car underneath? Because this wall doesn't seem like we can get inside. So
with a car, the weak part is underneath. So you go all the way to the bottom and work your way up.
What about the top?
No, the top is usually draped.
Okay. All right.
So,
I see. So the further down we
yes.
the better up we are. Why don't we just stick Torg on the wall?
So
I say let's give it a shot. Torg, why don't you just
punch a
go
wall
down on that wall?
Torg and Hammond could work together because Hammond also has.
I got a bunch of tools. I got this giant this giant wrench right here.
So the two of you could take to a
There we go.
That is a giant wrench.
Yeah.
Torg does have comment though. Torg want to say Torg have no problem, as usual, using brute hand and tear down and break wall. Torg happy to do it. However,
that sounds good.
Torg want to pose a question. Torg remember Hammond actually saying the possibility of people living in there, hidden and cloaked. If they are bad people, then Torg just smashing through wall, not very subtle.
Yeah, but it would surprise the shit out of them. I bet we get a they're not expecting it.
It all kind
we'll go all the way downstairs. We might walk right into a trap.
I have no skin in this game, but I do have a comment to make.
Okay.
If the persons who build this building went to all the trouble to drape it with another building, they probably booby trapped the outside so that nobody could just break through and get into the inner building. But that's just me.
That would be rather expensive and intense to trap an entire wall.
I mean, I have a mind-blowing thought.
Okay.
What if this building was intended to look like it was halfway underground, but it was exactly the way they built it?
It's possible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you.
Do you want to say it in a different way?
Change anything.
I completely agree with you. I'm just agreeing with you. We'll just have it be your idea. Good thought, Lomar.
Thank you. Again, I have no skin in this game. I'm just gonna go nap in the van for a little while.
No, please.
All right. Well, let's head down. Why don't we head down, see how far down we can get, and see if there's like an easy access into the inner side of this building. What do you guys think?
So you're not gonna unleash hell on a wall?
I mean, I'm down to do it, but
let's save it. I think Hammond's right. That's our last resort.
All right. So I'm gonna need who is in the lead. Is it still Torg?
I think Lomar.
I would assume Torg would be because
I think it's Torg. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the fact that it's coming up, certainly months of play at this point, that the party is kind of socially submissive to Torg. So there's just the kind of like we just saw outside. They're like, who's leading? Well, we're not going to argue with Torg.
Right.
And the group
It's Torg.
It's like, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Torg does what Torg wants to do, and then we're there to be participants.
One Torg often does the right thing.
Yeah.
But also Torg is very large and hard to murder. So like Torg feels really like they're just being the, protector going out there. It just makes the most logical sense.
Nobody's hard to murder if you really want
it. Another notice check from Torg, please.
I don't know. For me, it's just picking your battles. You don't win against Torg very often, so you got to choose when you're.
There's that too.
Because this conversation can go on.
For Torg streak end.
All right. I am now going to need, considering his role playing has been of a person on high alert, let's have Barrett give me a awareness check for Goldwater.
Okay. I got one success.
Hey.
You hear a sound like scratching on a hardwood floor, almost like to a scratch claw kind of a sound.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everybody to hold up. Hold.
What's up?
You hear something?
So when you hold and you're all listening, you'll hear up ahead the direction you're going, which would be the direction of the stairs. And again, this is pretty dark and fairly spooky, and Hammond is guiding by voice control the hover light that's giving you the light you need to see. Beyond the spill of that light in the darkness, you hear dozens of legs scratching on floor or wall.
Like rats or something, man.
It's some insectoid.
We can tell that it's dozens. Like it's multiple sources of scratchies.
I should probably just light up this hallway. What do you think, guys?
So do you want to order it to go a little further down?
Oh, I meant with my flamethrower.
I think that's a great idea.
I do too.
Okay, well, that's going to be a super aliens shot where you get a nice shot of Hammond all lit up by his own flamethrower.
Right.
The light piercing the darkness, and you see, you don't know what the thing's name is, but it is a thing that looks like a centipede. But the centipede, all the segments are individual things that are like hairy spears with 4 legs that have little pinchers at front and a puckered anus in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And they can apparently connect and disconnect at will.
Gross.
Oh.
No.
So
it's an inhuman centipede.
Inhuman centipede.
It's like those little pop-it toys that kids
I'm
play
picturing a grotesque version of the video game centipede. Like, you know how when you split them up, there'd just be 2 of them? Like, so it looks like that. And Inhuman Centipede, they're clearly, it's based on medical fact. It's one continuous digestion system, you know. They obviously hook up like space docking. So you see that as the flamethrower bursts. Go ahead and roll your damage. There's going to be no roll to hit.
How big is this thing? How big are these things? Like, is each segment like a basketball, or we talk like a car? Like, how fucking big is it?
One is the size of one Shannon head. So picture Shannon with 4 legs coming out like the thing.
I don't have to.
I always do.
Like the thing.
I'd say like the thing.
Yeah, like Shannon.
Like the thing.
How many?
I'm not going with Windows.
There is a big writhing mass of them that kind of looks like intestines. Like
good God.
Kind of crawl over each other. But roll your damage because there's now fire and damage and a terrible, terrible smell.
So how far away was this thing that Hammond just blasted? Things.
It is near.
Okay.
Oh, it was about to anus.
It was about to centipede anus us.
2 6s.
We were gonna get anus.
So you're don't need to roll to hit. So roll your damage for the flamethrower, which I think is 6 dice. And
I got 2 6s out of that.
So anything that goes a 2 or higher for energy is going to score 2 damage.
Okay, hold on.
And 6s will score an extra point.
So I got 2 6s, 2 4s, 2 3s.
That's going to be
A lot of damage.
14 points. Okay.
That's
So-
on me?
No. It's on
No.
me.
Oh.
You blasted them.
So-
Yeah. You creepy butthole insects.
The pods overheat and burst.
Ugh.
Well, there is now flaming intestinal gore in the
Oh
corridor.
no.
And I need, let's start with Lomar. I need your initiatives to roll your speed, add the dice up.
Oh my god. Speed for Lomar, 5. Hold on. He is not nearly as fast as Eric. $17.
All right. Goldwater, what you got?
Okay. 20, 27.
And Nevada?
Bombs are 1.
Yep.
So 1, 3, 5, 9, 12. Very slow.
Okay. Torg?
Ooh, holy shit. 28.
Ooh,
Wow.
128.
Sweet. And Hammond, what you got?
What am I rolling now?
Your speed on the lower left hand of your sheet.
And then you
Roll
add them up.
this and add everything together.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
And that's your initiative.
Okay. And now the addition. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. 20.
So before we execute the first round of combat, I'm going to make the point that we were talking before we started playing, and Colton was talking about how his character hadn't really taken any damage.
Oh,
This is
no.
this feels like a spite move.
Oh no.
What?
Irony spite.
Never.
You're going to lose some hit points.
Torg. Torg is first because Torg is all about the combat speed. Look, squirmy, wormy butthole monster.
I think we just named this week's episode.
Oh yeah,
Wormy butthole
wormy
monster.
butthole monster.
Yeah.
That's definitely the AKA.
And also my children's book.
oh,
Sounds like the follow-up song to the Monster Mash.
Yeah. It's a squirmy, wormy butthole monster.
And then it started to sing. So, do you want to wade in and fight it hand to hand, Torg?
So when he flamed it, it didn't die. It just
Oh, there's a lot of it. Some of it did, but there's a lot of it.
okay.
Like it's like if The Shining, instead of blood, shat intestine monster poured
boy.
out. You like horror.
Come on,
I
Torg. This
do.
is why we have brought you here to fight this thing.
Yeah. Get that squirmy,
do
wormy
love
butthole monster.
horror. I hate human centipede.
There.
It's like the one thing that I'm just like, ugh.
Well, keep in mind, it is in fact an inhuman centipede. There's no people involved. It just looks
no,
like
I know. It's just the concept. I'm just like,
You just
to
hate
me,
centipedes.
I'm just normal centipedes are fun.
it's
Buttholes? Is your problem
It
buttholes?
seems to be the free.
No.
It seems to be the free-ranging digestive tract.
I think that's the thing. That's
We've
what it
zeroed
is.
in.
I immediately just
Specific.
think of poop and mouth. That's the problem. I just immediately associate shit and mouth, and I just can't get that out of my brain, and that's awful.
So do you wade into close combat? Do you shoot it with your
So anyway,
catapult? Catapult. Your
basically-
crossbow.
catapult. Hand catapult. Their hand catapult.
okay. So I guess the Big Basher.
Okay.
I guess.
Give me a willpower save, please.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Are you about to be charmed by these people?
I'm
If he gets to sing, it's beautiful. No.
Torg, what are you doing to those buttholes?
I'm guessing. I imagine, Torg is so tough, but like I would be freaked out in a fight if Torg starts like involuntarily gagging, like retching.
Well, let's find out what this
yeah.
Lomar say. Then.
Just the way you describe them, they seem like they would bust like a grape, and like that the insides would.
I guarantee.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's hope my streak comes back. Come on, cat. Come on, lucky cat.
Yes, I guess you did good.
Got a 6.
Okay. So there is a moment of hesitation. Oof. And we've established that Torg is not used to feeling fear or revulsion. Like normally it's like Torg makes things stop fighting, There is a moment where Torg has to fight that down. So I think there's a moment where the nature of what it is like nearly gets the better of Torg, but you made the save. So you get to action initiative and you run right up to it and you start hitting the wall of Shannon heads. Okay. So brawl melee, please.
Oh, sorry. I had a horrible vision in my brain. Okay, brawl melee is right. That's what I thought it was. I was just double checking.
Was it of Shannon puking poop? Because that was what I had in my head.
Well, now it is.
Glad I can help.
I mean,
we got to get this incredibly popular, so that becomes the con costume.
Yeah.
Just like a bunch of people with paper mache heads of me filled with poop.
They like line up and put heads together.
And it's my cosplay.
I got 1/6.
All right, so do your damage. And these only have a 2. Anything 2 or higher does damage.
Oh, okay.
They're not real sturdy.
Why can't I remember what damage? Oh, damage is the same amount, just right. Okay.
It's the lower right-hand corner, and roll the dice. Anything that's 2 or higher scores 2 points. Anything that's a 6 also scores your crit as a bonus.
Oh, I see what my problem is. I have the crib sheet up, not the other one, so the damage isn't on the crib.
Gotcha.
I think I remember what it is. All right. Hey, Magic Kitty says 5, 4, 4, 3.
Okay, so that's 5, 4, 4, 3. That's 4, 10. All right. So there you wade in, and there is head poppage and internal goo. So it's like having one of those like
gushers, but like
fraternity party where you put the alcohol in the melon.
Oh boy!
And then instead of like serving it up, you just hit it with a hammer.
Gallagher.
It's a Gallagher bit.
It's a Gallagher show, yeah.
Well,
maybe it's a Gallagher Jr. show, and the melons are a little bit less
scatological Gallagher.
Goldwater. At this point, again, I always try to picture this kind of like shots, right? So you're back in the corridor. The corridor is dark and spooky because there's no light except for the hover light. Torg has gone from the area of shade under the light what was bright, then back out. So you're seeing behind Torg is the squirming mass of dark things. But now Torg is basically defining the edge of where the mass of enemies is. Very heroic in kind of a gross way.
Gotcha.
What do you do?
It seems like the shotgun's a bad idea just because Torg is there and so is Hammond.
Well, if you run up next to or close to Torg so you can shoot past. I mean, you can't do it from here, the scatter.
That makes sense. I'll do that. I'll drop.
Torg can take it. Torg can take it.
It's only poop. It's just a little poop.
You're the wizard that Colton is clearly the wizard that's like, just fireball the room. You got hit points. I'm the wizard. I'm the one with no hit points.
Right.
I know your type. All right, cool. So you run up a bit and unload with the
Yeah.
shotgun. Okay, go ahead. Roll the hit. That's a shoot test.
Can I use scatter on this? Scatter one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Dice.
It's not as easy a target as you'd think, and I think I'm going to mispronounce the name. Oh hell, Michael know this. What did they rename the South Lamar Alamo as? Bon Juco?
South Lamar Alomar?
The draft house. Yeah, they did the Bon Juco.
Oh yeah, I have no idea because I missed that. I was gone when that happened.
To mispronounce it, it's the guy that directed a bunch of really great horror movies. But his style,
Bon Joon-ho, Jen, Bon Joon-ho, the Parasite.
Oh, Parasite guy.
Yeah, Bon Joon-ho. Yes.
Yes.
They were
I was
in
saying it, but I was muted.
I got it right.
Yes.
Woo! Okay.
One of my favorite
all right.
directors of all time, and I met him. He's amazing.
That's awesome. So my thought was like, this is the way he shoots monsters, right? Like they're fast moving in darkness, very Alien 1 movie. Like you see the thing in a glimpse to get it. You only really see it firmly when it's on you. That's to me a trademark of the way he shoots the action. I think that's what Torg is facing, right? Like you weren't expecting it to squirm and move quite this much, but it is. So when Goldwater steps up, again, it's not the easy target. these humans are not the easy mark you'd imagine. Oh, did you hit?
Yeah, I did. I got a 6. So
Okay, so go ahead and do your damage. Okay. And it's only got a 2 against firearms, so anything 2 or higher scores 2 points. Every 6 scores your crit as a bonus.
sorry, just 1 second. I realized I didn't do something correct, but it doesn't really matter. I don't know what was wrong with me. Okay, here we go. I got 5 dice over 2.
Okay, so anything on 6?
No. And I honestly don't remember what scatter does. I just know it's on my character sheet.
All right, so you hit it. I need you to make a notice check, please.
All right. Yep.
Some of the chunks, the legs are dragging them over to other chunks,
Oh no.
and the interior is shooting little threads out, and they're kind of reforming little nuggets.
Like fucking Terminator style.
Yeah, but in a much grosser way.
Well, yeah.
Are these the
that
chunks
goes
that we
without saying?
are these the chunks that we thought were dead?
Yes.
Oh.
These are basically gobbets becoming little Shannon heads.
It's a poop hydra,
It's not completely reforming. It's smaller.
Correct.
like smaller units.
It's
of
like
it.
a poop, yeah, you're right. It's basically a Lernium poop hydra, centipede monster. All right, Hammond. All of this is happening, and it's all terrible. What do you want to do?
Oh, this is just the worst. Let's see. Well,
So
what
to
about the
fire your-
burned up? Are the burned up pieces of the monster like still coming back to
they
life?
are not. Here's the thing with your flamethrower: you need to spend a round reloading because it's got a disadvantage to it where you don't have like a backpack for or anything, so you basically have to reload it every time you use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna run away.
Go to run away and reload your flamethrower while you go.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. I kind of want to figure out a way to get through this wall. I want to go back to the wall we were trying to get through.
We just go back to punching walls.
I see him running and really yelling back, "Let's go through the wall!"
You're the only one who can save us.
So I'm pulling back. At this point, the coils of monster roll over everyone but Hammond.
Oh no.
So everyone but Hammond is going to be attacked.
Oh my god!
Lomar,
Simultaneously, essentially,
yes.
it's like one
just
glop attack.
on you, and they'll just start eating you and digesting you, and it'll go through the massive communal digestion.
Oh my
And
god.
your parts that were eaten will become part of Goldwater's parts that were eaten, and yeah. All right.
Holes in your face.
I hit Lomar.
You really humanized it. You brought it home for everybody.
What's your first number for your defense? What's your defense?
My defense against
Also,
giant
your second one is slashing.
4.
All right. So anything 4 up is going to damage you. It's that, and that is going to be, does get 1/6, so that's going to be 7 points, 7 hit points, which is 1 injury. So go ahead and roll a d6 and allocate that. Goldwater, what is your slashing piercing, your second number?
I'm still showing as light leathers for my armor. Did that change when I got this cool suit, or is the cool suit just a cool suit?
It's not armor at all.
Okay,
it's a cool suit.
All right. Slashing is 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You take 11 hits, which is 1 shy of taking 2 injuries before giving you a condition, but that doesn't happen. But you do take 1. So roll a d6 and allocate that shit. Yeah.
All right.
And Navad, you're no stranger to damage.
I am no stranger to damage. I have
know the
worse armor.
rules.
I have mine is a 3.
Okay, so I'm only going to get 7 points on you, which is going to be 1 injury.
Okay. And so we just roll that, mark the injuries.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And Torg, what is your second armor number? Lower right-hand corner of your sheet. I actually got yours here. I can help you. 3.
Sorry, I forgot. I didn't realize I was still muted.
You take 4 points of damage, 4 hits. So the person who can take the most takes the least. That's as it was.
That's
so I think
this is I protest under inequality grounds that this is completely unfair.
So one of my favorite horror movies is Return of the Living Dead. So there's like this whole speech, which should be in my mind like an audition piece that the spooky girl gives about having, it should be old men should come up and they just start eating you. And like I think this would be like that. Like the coils are all like eating you like all over, and they're all around you. Like you can't really even see out.
Like how many? Like where are the mouths on it? It's just kind of like
they detach to eat.
Ugh.
So it's forming heads as needed.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Can we just give up and go to sleep and let it happen?
just take some soma and drift away.
Yeah. This is gonna be too hard. Let's just let it go.
So I think Lomar should. So can you give me like a little like game over, man? Because I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah.
Like so
friends, friends. I have no skin in this game.
Oh no, yeah.
You're not gonna have any skin at all soon.
Why is this happening to us? We're nice people.
I'm gonna say that Lomar does not have a round this round. That he is losing his shit, and this baby just kind of pushing away. But I don't see like a focused attack coming.
He's just murmuring, "Friends, friends, friends."
Skin.
Navad,
friends.
What do you do?
I mean, I gotta just kind of like they're obviously pretty mindless. I'm just gonna try to just explode as many as I possibly can.
Okay.
They
Magic these little motherfuckers, man.
They seem primed to his ravage abilities that I could just like pop them with eldritch power.
You need a willpower test.
Okay.
Fortunately, your king.
I'm really good at willpower. I got 1 success and 2 partials. So
okay. So that was to concentrate, right? Because you're in the middle of like a writhing intestine, and you're trying to spell cast.
Right.
But you manage it. So go ahead and make your ravage test.
Okay. And I got a success.
Okay, so give me 5 dice of damage.
Okay.
Anything 2 or higher is going to score 2 points of damage. Any 6 is going to score 3 extra points.
Okay. So I got what was the marker and above?
2 or higher.
2 or higher. So I got 1, 2, 3, and a 6. So that's 6 points of damage.
Well, there was 3 hits and then an extra 3 for the crit. So it'd be 9 points. And then reroll.
Oh, 9. Okay.
We always reroll the 6 because they're exploding.
So I get to roll the 6 again?
Anytime you roll 6 on damage, you get
okay. All right. Well, let's get another 6 and let me like blow up a bunch of my own.
The record so far is 4 rollovers. Somebody actually got 4.
I did not get it. I rolled a 5.
Well, you know,
that was a huge preamble for nothing.
Yeah, guys, the record is 4.
Here it is.
No,
Here we go. The record. The all-time record.
Tied the record for least.
There's an explosion of flaming bits. Those won't be coming back. I'm going to say that Nevad's head has done the burning skull thing, like without being triggered.
Oh, I'm triggered. I've like my head is on fire.
All right. Torg.
You've seen it before, Lomar, haven't you? Have I done?
No, I don't think Lomar's ever seen your head on fire before.
Oh, Lomar's never seen my head be on fire.
No, and it's finally effective, and it's scaring the shit out of me.
Friends were for Hammond's sake, I can do like kind of like a Ghost Rider thing.
It's usually brutally ineffective. Like it's the worst time ever.
You're not sure how much damage you've done to this thing. It doesn't feel like you're making a dent.
Okay, so okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So is Hammond gone?
You can't see him. There's also way too many like hairy ass shoe faces in the way.
The imagery in this one. Gosh. I mean, I guess really the only thing Torg can do, because I can't reach out, because we're being surrounded, right?
Yeah.
But I'm, Torg's very large. So can Torg just use their hands?
Yeah.
To like fucking just start volleyballing shit away and trying to like just go fucking ballistic?
Yep. Give me a brawl melee.
All right. Oh, and I think I get an extra.
Yeah, I got your numbers here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be an unarmed attack, and you do have bonuses with your figure.
Come on, kitty cat.
So
1 success.
Roll 4 damage, and this is everything 3 or up will score 2 points of damage. Let me know about 6s.
Kitty cat.
I got 1 6, 2 4s, and a 3.
Okay, so that's going to be 4, 8, 6 to 10. Reroll the 6.
Record's 4.
The record is 4. By the way, the most we've ever. Nope, didn't get it.
It's the best score.
Hang on, there's the record here.
So you start forcibly disconnecting anus to mouth link ups and pulling them apart. You're disconnecting the toy that Shannon was talking about, so they're making little poop noises.
Yep.
This is in the comic book. We're like at the halfway point. This is the splash page in the middle.
Oh yeah.
It's like the 2-pager where like Torg is like ripping them apart.
Yeah.
Especially old school Marvel.
Except every single time, well, throughout the entirety of it, Torg is crying.
Right.
And
every single time one bursts, Torg just goes, oh, no.
Goldwater. Goldwater, more shotgun.
More shotgun.
I got a fever, and the only cure is more shotgun.
So I'm just gonna check something here real quick. Okay. Never mind. All right. Six dice. 6 dice. I fail to hit
Did you
anything.
get any fives?
I did not, and in fact, I got a 1. So my gun.
Well, you need the 1 is good because without the 1, you would have had a jam. But the fact you rolled the 1,
Oh, it saved me from a jam. Oh well, got myself out of a jam again.
Yeah. So it doesn't. That would be bad. I mean, more movie appropriate, right? Like that definitely happened in the thing. All right, Hammond. You hear yelling and screaming and maybe a little crying coming from behind you, and you look back and you see shapes moving, but you can't see the people anymore.
Run, guys!
That mass. What do you do?
Have I reloaded my flamethrower?
You have.
Now, are these these centipedes?
It is a massive creature that is in totality centipede-like.
Are they as? Does light scare them away?
How will you test that?
Well, like, have we noticed that they backed off from the light at all from the beginning? I mean, I guess I have my.
You haven't advanced the light, so it hasn't had to figure out. I mean, it hasn't come closer yet. Like you could command the hover light.
So I would command the hover light to get as bright as possible, and then send it down into the tunnel with the hopes of trying to just drench my friends in light. Maybe that would back off these monsters.
So, in my mind, visually, that makes it worse. Because what happens is it pulls back, but now instead of just being a tidal wave of this, it is a churning ball that will strike out, again, like a hydra. So now the big intestine monster is cobra striking.
Go, Hammond.
Just keep making it worse.
So I guess it's like beep 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 bop beep boop beep bop, light come back. And I don't know. I mean, what do you guys just want me to light you up, or like what do you want me to do?
Fire!
So in my mind, I think your round is literally talking to them like that. Like, do you guys want me to?
Yes.
What should I
do it with fire?
What do you want me to do? I mean, all I have is a flamethrower.
And at that point,
say fire now.
Now the thing
Lomar
attacks.
So as it turns out, Lomar is a complete coward.
Oh, shut
up. I'm attacking you before I attack before you can attack me. Sadly.
Okay.
I only get a near miss though.
Okay.
So I'm going to do half damage. And that's going to be 9 halved 5, which is not an injury. Let's take 5 hits.
All right. So that takes me down to 4.
Goldwater. That's a regular hit. So that's no good there. 2, 4, 6 points of damage, which is an injury. So go ahead and roll that. If you roll where you've injured already, that's a wound. Let me know if that happens.
Ah, shit.
Goldwater has the absolute worst luck in the desolation.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh God! Did you go through to a wound?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so now you need to make a toughness check.
Where's?
Is that the endurance saving throw?
No.
Oh, it's a different.
No, it's upper left-hand corner under combat.
Oh, right.
Toughness.
Yeah, if you fail, you lose
I
consciousness.
do not fail. I succeed handily.
You are tough
for this.
And Navad.
Yes.
I hit you, but it's actually also partial success, so you take half damage.
Okay.
That's going to be 8, 11 halved, also 5.
So
So 5, not a wound.
5, not a wound. Look at me.
Not an injury, just 5.
I 5 damage. Right.
5 hits. Torg.
Just hanging on.
That's a hit. Oh dear. 2, 4, 6.
No.
It's going to be 11 hits.
No.
And 1 injury.
Oh my lord.
That's what I got in my first round.
So roll the d6 and apply that injury. You're not injured yet, so you're okay. And I think you also you don't. All right, cool. And then Lomar. So you were saying something about being a coward.
Yes, Lomar is a total coward, cannot fight to save his life, and is just freaking the fuck out.
Well, you're a driver. It's like an Uber driver.
Yeah, I'm just a driver. And all I have is a machete and a crossbow, neither of which are going to help. But that doesn't matter because Lomar has freaked the fuck out. Lomar is gone. So he's just like
booking it.
Get it off me. Get it off me.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Navad. You want to do that again?
Oh, I'm going to blast it again.
Go ahead and roll your casting.
Okay, so I don't need to make a willpower on this one?
No.
We've already,
We've determined that you're above this. That's
all right. Only partial.
Okay, so do the damage, and then we're going to have that.
So 5 and have anything
Correct.
2 or above?
Yep, and then an extra 3 for 6s.
Okay, so I got boo. I only did 3 points of damage that way. So halved do I round up?
Up.
Say we up? Sure.
Yeah, but you did 2.
So I did 2 points of damage. Sorry guys.
Torg, you're seeing some of the things that you've ripped apart rejoining and coming back together.
Oh, buddy. Torg.
No, don't.
Can Torg just scream at Hammond again?
Yes.
Why?
Fire now while
Burn it with fire!
Just continuing to try to just. Can I step on them?
Yeah. Do you want to start big boot attacking and just step?
Yes. So Torg is just like stomping their boots everywhere, trying to squish them while screaming, "Hammond, fire, fire!"
So
like that episode of I Love Lucy.
I did take the observation, and also to invoke yet another director. I'm going to invoke Fincher because Goldwater's been wounded, which means I want a very expensive shot of one of them taking a chunk out of Goldwater and then following that chunk through the combined system.
Oh, gross.
There is now a bit of Goldwater like traveling through the creature.
Oh.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm going.
Torg, brawl melee, please.
I hate this.
You might be stepping on Goldwater.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you! Oh.
That part was important. We'd know.
Did you hit?
Hold on.
You got to her.
I got a 6
Okay, so
and a 5.
roll 4 dice. Just give me the numbers and I'll calculate the damage for you.
6, 4, 4, 2.
Okay, so then re-roll the 6.
The record is 4.
Get another one?
Okay, and then
keep going.
Again, and as the
2 more to match the record.
I just
as
wanted to
the
be
coward
dramatic.
pointed out.
One away, 5.
All right, so you now literally, I think we're gonna get the kicking pumpkins gag where you step into one and it's like on your boot and you have to like kick it off.
Oh.
Goldwater.
That's all you hear. Well, like violent, like shaking.
Also, Also, not for nothing, but Torg is gonna have to name their fist Squirmy Butthole.
No, this is on. I already had a line that I was gonna say later, and you ruined it.
Butthole. All right, so shotgun.
Yeah, let's do shotgun again.
I mean, it's pretty clear it hasn't paid its taxes recently.
I'm not worried about fucking taxes. I'm not. I may be intense, but I'm not insane. I don't expect a monster to pay its fucking taxes.
It's like a non-sentient writhing mass of.
Here's your W-2s.
Well,
W-2s are your small business.
Non-sentient writhing masses.
Are you an independent contractor?
Each of your squirmy.
I should have just referred to you as independent contractor Lomar. What a good joke that would have been. Oh well. Right. I hit this time.
And do your damage.
Okay.
Everything 2 or higher is 2 points of damage. For every 6, you add your crit.
Okay. I got 3.
All right. Hammond.
Yes.
There's more screaming, and some of the screaming is, for God's sake, Hammond, fire.
All right.
And you can tell that the mass is thinning a bit. Like they have squished 70 hits worth of this thing, but it seems to be regenerating.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I gotta just light it up. I don't really have another choice here, so
go ahead and give me a shoot test.
Can
With an extra
Torg
die.
scream, aim for the walls? Aim for walls! Aim for sides! Because if at least it gets fire adjacent, it might not hurt us.
2 6s, 1 5.
Woo!
Woo!
Hit it with
Roll both of
fire.
them 6s!
Roll an extra die of damage.
Get ready. The record is 4.
Don't
So wait, so now I roll my damage dice?
You speak like a guy that's not in a terrible combat situation.
That damage yet. Oh, the flame.
Sound
You
like
never heard the term poke the bear? Alonzo?
And what am I just adding these up?
So everyone that scores a 2 or higher scores 2 points of damage. You get an extra point for every 6 on top of that.
All right, so I've got 3 of 4 for 7 of 5, 12, another 5 for 17, and then a 6.
All right. So in addition to the damage that you're doing, you've stopped that many points from regenerating. So we would see.
Oh, I have to roll one more dice for my damage. Sorry, for my flamethrower. So let me see if I can get another 6. Nope, just a 2.
Burn, 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 burn. Lots of like cockroaches in the microwave kind of energy.
I'm not familiar with exactly what that.
So let's not.
Okay, all right.
Let's not divulge further into that, please.
All
We
right.
just
Lomar.
speed over that?
Popcorn in a microwave. Popcorn.
That's true.
Just the same as like a hot dog in a microwave.
Yeah, but just imagine that the hot dog was made of cockroaches.
No.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, Colton. No, man. No.
Not the right road to
Lomar,
go down.
are you still freaked out? Like it's
Yes.
All right, so he's still out of his brain. And
Yes.
Navad, you can tell that you're making progress, like you're winning.
Right.
Like you can actually see your companions now.
Okay. So in the process of, I mean, it's been chaos, but does it seem to have any kind of like central emanation point around which all these things spiral, and or like a queen?
As
or
far as you can tell, every node is independently aware and cognizant.
okay.
Everyone both eats and excretes independently. Each one can taste and savor. And
Oh, it's like a really, really gross siphonophore.
Yep. Which is
Okay.
another good band name, by the way. Gross Cephalophore.
So it's not right. It's not it's not formed around any kind of fulcrum,
No,
like
no.
central
No,
point
and
to
the
tell,
way it's
concentrate
moving-
your fire or anything.
Yeah.
Like
the
So-
way it's moving
So
is-
would you say that every node has sabor?
Oh God.
You know, if I tell Colton to do something terrible to your feed, no, you're the producer. He won't.
yeah, no, he won't.
Shit. All right. So, Navad, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep on blasting it with eldritch power, baby.
All right, Cass.
I got, oh damn it, another partial. This thing sucks. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. However, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I did another 2 points of damage.
And that was actually the tipping point.
What?
At that point, it's not like it's dead, but it is having trouble forming attack chunks.
It
So you
can't
continue-
reunite.
Right. So you can
Okay.
continue to squish and burn, and you have to keep it from reforming. But as long as Hammond is willing to keep reloading his flamethrower, you can keep it squished and burned, and eventually you'll end up with a hallway full of, like a dumpster full of burned funk.
Ugh. That's gross.
Yeah, and there's like a haze of like burned creature in the hallway. Like you're, and you gotta remember, of course, that smelling is partially eating. Just
Oh,
always need to make that point.
we're ingesting little molecular
Yeah.
bits of this
Yeah,
guy.
little bits,
Well,
which in
just like,
turn,
hey,
Well,
look,
and little bits of Goldwater.
yeah, exactly. Cycle of life, man.
So he's part of us now.
It's all up in there.
So, oh yeah, okay.
so I think we get a slow camera pan around to faces. Does anyone have to? So Lomar, will somebody have to like settle you, or will you like? Do you collapse, or you run, or like? Once it's basically defeated, like what?
I'll slap him.
Lomar.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like glitching in the corner.
Friends,
Uh,
I like how
friends.
Hammond was very ready
Friends.
with I'll slap it. In my book, maybe he's a tiny bit too ready.
He probably could use a good slap. I'm just gonna, not gonna lie.
No roll required. Hammond gives you the big slap you're needing.
get it, pull it together.
How much damage do you do?
He wounds.
Got you with a 5.
2 hits.
2 hits, great. Now I'm down to 2.
So
He looks up with tears like pouring down his eyes and goes, "Can we go now?"
No, we're not done yet.
We got to get further down this hole now. Now we
Oh my
cleared this
God.
way.
I need a willpower save for Lomar.
Just see whether I'm gonna nope out. Hold on. Success.
All right.
Okay, so you asked, can we go now? And the answer was no, we're going to go deeper into the darkness. You made the save, so you can keep your shit together, but obviously your role playing is your own. But you're clearly dealing with that information.
He wipes the tears from his eyes and goes, "Friends," and then starts walking further down.
All right.
I love it.
Hammond, you're a little low on fuel for the flamer.
Yeah, guys, I'm a little low on fuel for this flamer. I don't know. Do I have any back at the van? It might.
Probably a little.
Let us go to the van.
Well, here's the deal, guys. I let me just check and see how many shots I have left. I have 2.
Okay.
All right, so I got 2 rounds left in this flamethrower. We're on floor 3.
I think you're in 2 by this point.
Oh, we're on
Oh,
2.
This
So
is kind of
there's
the transition to 2.
Yeah.
so there's a couple more floors, possibly a basement, and then we got to get on the inside. I mean, I'm willing to keep going, guys. I hesitate to say it can't get worse than butthole monsters, but I mean, I just don't know what could be worse.
If we see anything like that again, we'll immediately retreat.
We'll just retreat.
I love the fact.
Can Torg make suggestion that
Sure.
next thing we encounter, Torg be allowed to kill first? Because Torg not feel comfortable currently. Torg can't even say what fists call now. So Torg would prefer first stab at next, hopefully less anusy subject.
Because of your squirmy butthole hands?
You want to refresh your fists, is what you're saying. You want to move to the next chapter as soon as possible.
You'd like to wipe your fists.
Yeah, there will be a time though in the record books where your fists were named squirmy
That's
butthole.
gonna be it's definitely gonna be a part of your Wikipedia page.
Torg, no one is going to stop you from killing something that's trying to kill us. Okay?
You can go first.
You can always go
Torg
first.
thank everyone and would very much appreciate while Torg understand how funny situation be, but maybe not calling hands squirmy butthole hands.
The squirmy butthole hands.
Squirmy butthole hands.
Torg say, you know what? Torg decide, screw it. Call Torg hairy butthole hands. Torg not care.
Nobody said anything about Harry, Torg.
Yeah,
where'd
it wasn't
that come
hairy.
from?
It was squirmy.
Where that? Why is that?
Hairy.
I feel like
Torg
Torg
very
just told us something about
overwhelmed
Torg's butthole.
So if you rest for even a little bit, you get all your hits back.
Ooh.
The injuries and wounds take longer.
Okay.
I'm also going to observe that when Colton was like, I haven't taken any hits, I smiled to myself because I knew it was coming. But the only character that didn't take any hits is Hammond.
Yeah.
I do. I love that scene. I love that. I can imagine that scene where like Hammond runs up the hall and is like, "Oh man, I gotta go back." You know?
Damn it.
I love that you like ran off and then charging back in.
I saved the day.
Yeah, man.
It's technically the right decision because otherwise you would have just been stuck there with us. And
That's true.
That's right.
I also
squirmy
like that you
butthole
didn't
monster.
you didn't even try the wall. Like that was your reasoning for running out. You're just like, I'm
gonna go
I'm gonna hang here.
So we have a montage of the party continuing down, hopefully to the
Into
basement.
the streets.
I think we'd see a lot of like you picking bits
You
of
don't
terrible
know
creature,
me,
like
I'm a squirmy
off the
butthole.
dear God. You arrive at the lowest level. There is a door that is labeled with a little, one of those like office building signs, engineering.
Oh, engineering. That's how we get in here.
And this would be going into
Torg
the interior.
agreed.
Yes.
This is in fact going into the interior. It
The
is the
first
first
interior
door,
door that we've encountered.
Yep.
Kick it in.
So you try the door. It is sealed. You would need to do a hack test and basically work your way in.
Oh, it's got like an electronic, like a keypad on it or something.
No, it just doesn't open.
Oh, well, couldn't
so-
Torg
Tools?
just attempt to kick it open?
Sure.
But if you think we're going to call you door hands after that, you are mistaken, my friend.
Engineering door.
I would like to point out, funny joke. It would be door feet though,
Mm.
and also doors can't die.
I just had a vision. I had a vision of this group at a bar, and somebody come up and going, "Hey, what happened to the Hammond guy?"
Oh no.
And then Torg going, "My fists are named Hammond."
Hammond.
So
Hammond.
you try to kick the door down.
Yes.
Okay. So, spoiler: there is 0 chance. So, however, other spoiler, you need to make a. Hang on.
Hold on. Torg has change of heart.
Make an endurance save to avoid damaging your.
Oh
own.
my god.
God damn it.
Torg.
Okay.
Torg.
Oh wait, I do have pretty decent endurance though. So.
Yep.
Magic Kitty 2 6s.
So I don't think the audience can see it because I think the frames don't show your names. But in Zoom, everyone puts their own name. Jen's frame says Torg is Torg. It's great. All right, so Torg, you're used to when you kick a door, there's this very satisfying. So you prefer a splintering noise, but usually this is very satisfying sound because it's like a drum head almost. This doesn't do that. This is like kicking a wall. So you have to like kind of abort the kick to avoid snapping your own kneecap, like you would if you kick like a solid concrete block. So this door is more secure than it appears to be. And your guess is that little, doorknob with a little lock in it is probably not the actual way that door is secured. Because that felt like kicking a vault door.
Is it does the door push inwards or like how is it hinged? Would it go in or pull out? Obviously in because we were kicking it.
You take a careful look. You can't tell. So
Torg not think like this door.
They slide up or down, in or out, left or right. But if there's a hinge, it would have to be on the inside because there's no visible hinge on this.
Is there any keypad or anything around here that somebody would
give me a search test, please?
Oh, search it out, Hammond.
Can we give Hammond like 1 up because we're all kind of pointing out?
That's where the extra die is coming from.
Okay.
What's that? Search
with extra die because they're helping you.
6. All right, we got it.
Okay, so you find a concealed panel that opens up, and there actually is a keypad.
Torg can't help on this end. Torg finger's too large. Who else would you try?
I just who's good to hack in this stuff.
Hammond's
Torg,
good at this
it's like
kind of stuff.
me with a cell phone. I got Torg hands. So you actually can do hacking is breaking into things. Who's got the best hack? I think it's Hammond.
Probably
I have
Hammond.
3. I have 3 hack.
Okay, so
I'm a 0.
Does anyone else have any hack?
I have 3.
Okay, so Lomar, you could help him, and Hammond could roll 4 dice.
Let's hack together.
Okay. Are you feeling better now? You were a little out of it there. Sorry about the slap.
No, I needed it.
We got it. 6, 5, 4.
You actually have a small like deck with the wires, and you plug them in, and you're working the keypad and doing a little of that sexy Hugh Jackman hacking, and then there's like a little green blip, and then there's a and the door actually slides left.
Ooh. Kicking wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
Inside is the engineering control room for the building, and the remains of 8 dead engineers.
Oh.
Let's go ahead and do our bio break. We're going to do 5 minutes. Please come on back or stay with us, and we will continue after just 5 minutes. In front of you are the remains of 8 dead engineers.
Oh, damn, man.
Friends.
These guys are dead.
How old are we talking about here, corpse-wise?
Yeah.
You think decades.
Oh,
Oh,
so
okay.
fucking skeletons.
The dehydrated, like the pulled tight, almost
Okay.
environmentally mummified.
The grinning rictus of
Like we
the
saw again at that one place, the bodies that were kept in order. By
Grinning rictus open for Cradle of Filth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we might be looking at a Titanic situation here, guys.
you think?
Remember, you ever hear that story about the Titanic?
Yes.
It was a really big ship that was never supposed to sink, and then it sank. And we're in a building that's supposed to be, impervious to destruction, but these guys are behind the wall, and they've been dead for decades.
There's still some lights on, and there's still some screens active.
Ooh, screens. Let's check out the screens.
The screens are active. Look.
And there is some light in here. So it's like emergency power. So like lights, there's like secondary lights that would come on for that.
Okay.
So,
I think.
Yep.
Can anybody here good at working on these computers? See if we can get some kind of information about this building we're in.
We're all pretty bad at that stuff.
No.
I mean, I have a hack 3, just like the same that we just did.
Here, why don't you and me put our heads together and try to do this thing again?
Let's hack together again. Do you want me to roll this time?
Yeah, you could roll this time.
Before, I'm always glad to see when people are off on a calling for rolls that might not be necessary. I don't want to interrupt that.
Okay.
But while the two of you are doing that, I will point out that in several places there's very obvious no hacking required response screens that say inner core sealed and automated systems engaged.
Before we hack this thing,
Mm-hmm.
check out these signs over here.
Yeah.
Torg wonder if they're way to override.
Maybe we should hack it and find out.
But this seems
Well, can I? Again, I have no skin in the game, but it seems to me that if you wanted to live here, you wouldn't want to override the security system,
right.
would you?
That I agree with Lomar. It seems like these are good things.
It
So to
didn't seem so
override it
good
would
for
make
these
it into a bad
engineers.
thing. What?
Well,
It
override
didn't seem
would let
to work
us
so
in.
well for these engineers here.
Let's continue looking around before we just.
So
All right, good call. Good call.
So it seems to me right now that Goldwater is often the voice of reason. Torg is often Leroy Jenkins. And Lomar is often Captain Obvious. Which is
Like
great.
in my favorite commercials.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, do not get started on that. Barrett will fucking
So
never
Goldwater,
stop.
you notice that all of the stations around the dead engineers have piles of snack cake wrappers and booze bottles and empty cans.
They ate themselves to death. No, I'm gonna like
Yeah.
inspect the bottle.
Okay, so you will see that all of them, in addition to all of that shit, all of them have pill bottles.
Oh, these guys off themselves.
Yes. They committed
You think
to.
maybe they saw those butthole monsters and just fucking decided to
I
mean,
call it quits?
Had Lomar had some pills,
I did think about the same thing.
I think they could drive someone to do this. Honestly,
They were safe behind this door that doesn't make any sense.
if the only option was to go through that door and face the butthole monster, this may I would choose the same thing.
Maybe they were the only line of defense. It looks like maybe they were working here nonstop.
So
Well, maybe there's some kind of log, some kind of.
I was literally just
work
going to say
log
that. Perhaps there's
So,
some security camera
the two of
footage
you-
or something.
simultaneously
Again.
look around and the camera would swing quickly. Very Evil Dead, like whoop, And there is a large physical book that says log on it.
Oh, wow.
Torg,
Hey,
my
look.
log!
By that book.
Donnie, just give us a like and subscribe. You want the bell to go on.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe to this vote.
All right, so you check it out, Hammond. You take a look.
Yeah, I'll take a look at this log. I'm pretty good at reading these things.
So a lot of it is just repair logs, right?
Nice.
Because of your training, your specific training, even though you weren't alive during the fall, right? That was over 100 years ago. You're in your mid 30s, so this is all long before you were even born. But
old tech.
Repairmen and engineers are a breed.
This is like finding a railroad timetable for us.
Well,
Okay.
but you can read it and get a sense of what's going on.
Okay.
You can pick up in the comments sections for each job, complaints being logged about budget shortfalls. So a lot of the stuff in the front of the log came from system checks before the building was even opened. And you're able to glean that the engineering staff doesn't think the building was ready to start selling units. And there's a lot of bitching about asking automated systems to do too much.
So yeah, guys, remember when I was telling you about that whole Titanic thing? Well, I think they set this thing up and got it going when it wasn't ready. And my guess is everything was automated back in these days. You know, they wanted a sandwich, they push a button, a sandwich show up, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like they just did that with everything here. And with the numbers of repairs, it would seem like their automated systems weren't working that well. So, I mean,
Torg, sorry, Torg just realized, what if they were trapped by automated system and that's why they kill themselves, because they were stuck there and unable to undo automated system lock.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys definitely wrote a bunch of stuff in this log, talking trash, being upset. So they must have written something down as to why they would kill themselves. You maybe try to search their bodies, see if we can find a note or something.
Actually,
Or to the end of the log.
It turns out the secret is turn to the back of the book.
Oh.
And Sherlock Holmes in your way to the final comments.
Look down there.
I can subscribe.
It's in the doobly-doo. Yeah, actually, Torg was about right. It looks like when the bombs fell, which was after there were already people in the building. So it was open, there were people in some of the units, and the inner core sealed, automated systems engaged, and they didn't have any way to get out because it would have been actively irradiated outside, and they didn't have any way to get in. So they were facing all of the automated stuff for food and so forth is on the inside. So they were left with like the vending machine shit that you see around them, like evidence of a weird sort of a murder-suicide pact. And they just figured out that there was no way out for them. And they, the last thing they wrote was signing up.
All right. So wait, so these guys they're not necessarily in the inner core yet?
You are at one of the ways to get into the inner core.
But they couldn't get
a door, and you can go to it, and in theory you can go in. Because you were right, but when you were really saying one of the ways in, it turned out the overextended metaphor of the cover over the car and going in from underneath was actually completely accurate.
All right. Well,
but if it's automatically
relax, Lomar, relax.
It turns out the embellished story I told earlier was completely accurate.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, you may have to hack your way in because they couldn't do it.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, what?
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
kick
these
that,
guys
door, kick that other door. Sorry, kick the other door. I'm sure that one will work out just fine.
You sure?
No.
Well, yeah, I guess we should probably hack this, huh, Lomar?
Sure. Do we need dice?
So there is a door around kind of the back of the area past the break room that's been ransacked. And it says engineering access, sub 1. And it's like the outer door you got in. And this one has an obvious keypad though. But there is a little digital thing that says lockout.
Okay, so this thing's locked out. We gotta figure out if we could open this thing.
That's what Torg said 5 minutes ago.
You see, it's like the car. You go underneath.
Okay. All right. So I attached my little thing onto the keypad.
And I'll roll the dice to see if we can sneakers style hack it.
Go ahead.
Oh yes, it is successful.
Nice.
Yeah. What you learn, so it doesn't open, but what the success gives you is you learn that it is in fact locked out. So you're either going to have to defeat it manually, like mechanically, like find a way. It's like breaking into a safe, right? So if you can't defeat the code, you have to find a way to get in with tools, or you have to go into the computer systems and tell it stop locking us out.
Well, here's the deal, guys. I've got a ton of specialized tools, all sorts of different things. Back at the
so when you take a look around here, and you remember a couple things from the book, and you check out more the middle of that log book.
Yeah.
Most of their heavy tools are not in this outer office. They're inside past the lockout door. So they would not have had some of these heavier tools, which might explain why they couldn't get into this door.
All right. Now, as I'm scanning through here, am I seeing them make a reference to any type of tool that they would have used? That they were looking for?
You're going to need to use your remaining 2 uses of that flamethrower. And one of the things remember we talked about, it's not actually a flamethrower. It's actually a tool. It's meant to burn through things. So you've been misusing it. You probably want to do the break into a safe scene, and you're going to use up your fuel, so you won't have a flamethrower anymore for now.
All right, guys. So here's the deal. I'll use this fuel. Do I have enough to cut the whole door?
Enough to break the deadlock, so you can get it out.
There might be more fuel behind the door as well. You know what I mean? There's probably tons of supplies, so you'd probably be able to re-up anyway.
Right.
I say let's fire this little bad boy up and cut through this door.
No roll required, because if you failed, the story doesn't continue.
All right.
That's called a fiat success. So we get a montage of him doing like the burning into the vault door of the safe.
You don't know me, but I know.
I love it.
I was carrying an acetylene torch this entire time. I was misusing it as a flamethrower. Oh, you.
And we see the line going across. And you open the door. It will take a Torg and a crowbar to actually move it, but it's no longer sealed. So you've taken like those big bolts that were thrown to lock it, and now Torg can just super Torg strength push that sucker open.
All right.
And beyond it is the inner engineering room, which has been thoroughly ransacked. Like this is late game Fallout. Entire level has like shelves and 1 can of tuna kind of range.
Jesus.
So like the tools you're expecting, the canisters of fuel, you see racks, they're not here.
Okay, so this is
those guys
residents.
Those guys were stuck out here and they couldn't get to the people who were obviously in here.
But where are the people that were in here that ransacked this place? That's the question.
We came to this place to find something useful, a place to live. And this whole place is going to be like this. The whole place is going to be like this.
Well, you don't know that. Relax now, buddy. Don't be so negative. Come on now. We could go a little further in. I mean, look, there's no dead bodies in here that I can see.
No.
So whoever ransacked this must have gone somewhere. I doubt that those guys ransacked it, went to the other room and died.
There is also power. like that half power, that low light is on in here as well.
So there's power in here. There's low light. I mean, we cleaned this place up a little bit.
We need food. We need water. Those are the things that.
Oh wow. Well, okay, buddy. We started out. We needed shelter. That was number one. We got it.
Technically, we have that.
So let's celebrate. We got to celebrate the W's. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to celebrate your wins.
Sorry, Hammond. Sorry, everybody. I didn't want to. This was the place that I wanted to come to the least. I was hoping for the most based on the risk.
All right. Well, what do you guys say we do? Should we just push into this inner sanctum, or
yeah? Let's go. Let's see if there's anything.
Go home.
No, Lomar,
we got to check it out more.
Lomar wants to go back to the car.
So
Lomar could probably just stay behind if Lomar wanted to.
Hey, I'm gonna go up to Lomar for just a second. Lomar, I understand this is not the situation you wanted to find yourself in. This was not your expectation.
I am trying, friend, but this is so hard.
I know. I do this type of thing all the time, and it is not easy.
I do not.
No.
I drive cars.
I know, Lomar, I know. Here's what I want you to know. I'm here. Stick with me, okay? I'll keep you safe.
Okay.
Stick with me.
How? How do you know?
You have to believe that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe from here on out, okay?
Okay. You are a friend.
Yep. And so are you. And I'm going to stay with him the rest of the time. I'm walking next to Lomar. I've got his front, I've got his back, I got a 6.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Well, that was to Mike. Sorry, not to everybody. I was saying that. Hey,
So-
everybody, just so you know.
And I'm going to stay with him,
this
and
guy
you're not going to touch this because we are friends now, and that is the way that it goes.
That's cool with us, man.
So you're starting to realize that one of the other things is there is air processing in here. Like there is some degree of AC. Like you didn't notice it at first, but like when you were out there before you got into the engineering room, it was pretty stale and close.
Yeah.
Once you're in engineering and then in here, like the air is fresher for sure.
That means the power is keeping the air recycling going. That's a good sign.
Pretty good, man.
And apologies
That's
for my outburst.
No, let's get it. You're friends with Lomar. That's cool. Well, yeah, I say we just push further into this. Is there another door on the other end of this room?
Find your door that will go into the rest of the level. Attached to the back of it is a clipboard with a whole bundle of papers. When you look at the papers, and this is very Goldwater information, it's literally all the stuff that was in this supply room. And over the course of years, and this is over 50 years ago, it was gradually just requisitioned and taken from this room.
So it wasn't so much ransacked as like orderly over time, things were removed.
The one thing that strikes you as weird is some of the stuff that you would have put back, like some of the heavy tools, they were just requisitioned and never brought back.
Right.
And that's a little odd. Like you would have just kept them here and had a row of them, but like everything here was just taken out.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes me feel slightly better, weirdly enough. Because it's explicable. It wasn't just like people going crazy and grabbing everything they could. They did it through the proper channels, even if they didn't bring things back.
I mean, maybe, but also, remember this place was under budget. Sounds like they weren't spending. Maybe they didn't have the supplies they were supposed to have. I don't know.
Possible.
Well, let's get on the other side of this door and see what's popping.
Okay, so the door is locked, but not in a serious way. So it's easily popped by Torg, just casually. So you can easily do that. When you open the door, the first thing you hear is there is an intercom system and there's music playing over it.
Oh, hell no.
There's a chance that Goldwater recognizes the music.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
No, it is a track by America Live. Also, they usually traveled under Youth Explosion. So this was like old retro vibes 100 years ago. Because if you recall, the U.S. was bought out by corporate concerns long before the fall. But there were true believers that still believed in America, or America with no A, America. And they would listen to stuff like this. And that's what's playing on the intercom.
This
It's
song
called
Anna.
Sexy to Me is a Bald Eagle, something like that.
Gotcha.
It's
Kind of like patriotic music or something.
Yep.
Take it back.
They singing the whatever John. Remember John Ashcroft's song?
Let the eagle soar.
Let the eagles. Yeah, let the eagle soar. Yeah.
So
I can't
the
believe
other
that's
thing-
in my brain.
I can't either.
Do any of your characters have enhanced senses?
Enhanced?
Yeah, some characters have mutant powers with enhanced senses.
That's regular.
No, I'm all regular. I
So-
can, if it's magic, I have enhanced senses, but that's it.
So despite the air processing, and there's some AC because it's cooler here, it's still a little like dorm room stank here. And there's another smell that's a little like algae.
Oh.
Must be some.
Torg wonder if possible there are people who still live in here.
It's possible.
That they are eating algae?
They could.
Each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's like mildew in the filtration system or something.
There's all sorts of reasons why algae could be growing.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Do we see any kind of obvious ventilation system?
Is there mold or something?
There is not mold, but you do see that there are vents for the AC.
Is there any condensation on the vents?
A little. Yeah, it's functioning normally.
That's pretty. Wow.
I mean, it's a little rusty. Like this stuff has been upkept, but not as well as maybe it could have been. And it's also not had any fresh components for like a century.
Wow.
So it's not like completely run down as if no one's been. There's been some level of upkeep.
It's like a shitty motel.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell
Very
you, just
much
as
like a shitty motel.
that, I don't care how well this thing was built at the beginning. There's got to be somebody keeping this thing going if it's running right now. That's all I got to say. I've repaired a lot of things in my day. There's no way this thing is just running from 50 years ago.
There did.
Torg agree.
There
This
was-
this nicest place Torg ever seen. There no way no one live here.
There was talk about automation, but I'd have to see some more evidence of humans.
Could be some automated repairs, I suppose.
Yeah.
The song ends, and over the intercom, you hear, "This is Lady Liberty. It's now second lunch." And there's a ping sound.
Second lunch? Is this some kind of television
Tell me
production?
more about this second lunch.
Is there any signs that they like cafeteria?
Yeah, they're running over.
You
So-
just
They
start,
must have run over time.
exploring the floor.
Ordered a bunch
Yeah.
of pizzas. Well, let's see if we could find. There must be a cafeteria. I mean,
That's what I'm
second
looking-
lunch. We
So-
haven't even had first lunch.
Yeah.
This does not seem to be residential. So there's a couple of abandoned offices, and you start to see the rest of engineering. So like there is a room that's AC, and there's a locked door which you can open if you like, but it's pretty clear what that is. So this would be what would normally be a basement, right? So theoretically down here also are things like computer banks, computer centers, things like that.
The maintenance level.
Yeah.
So does it look abandoned, Mike? Like,
No.
is it like not ransacked?
No, it's
It looks lived in.
you think it's lived in, but you think the resources have been exhausted.
Gotcha.
There's not a lot left, But
I think we just got to get off this level.
Are they? Yeah.
Like
Are they?
said, like it's pretty clear people are keeping this up.
Do they seem to be hard resources, Mike, or like digital, like tea Earl Grey hot kind of resources?
It's low tech. It's
okay.
Your analogy about the hotel, think more like one of the Vegas hotels that doesn't make it and it becomes like, this off-strip place that at one point was the shit. And now we offer you like $40 room rate.
It's the Luxor. All you have to tell me is that it's the Luxor, and I would know exactly what you were talking about.
He aspires to be the Luxor.
Yeah.
It's Circus.
It's Circus. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Very Circus.
Which is the best and only place I've ever stayed in Vegas.
Oh my God.
Oh, it really is. I took my family on a vacation there for Halloween once. And Circus and Halloween and little kids in costumes, they could go everywhere and get candy. And it was like, for them, it was mind-blowingly great.
I no shade. Like, I straight up love Circus.
Oh my God.
So you are going to look for, do you want to search this level or do you want to get up where the residential stuff is?
We got to find people.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to hustle for some people here.
So you're starting to see handmade and hand Xeroxed propaganda. And it's not actually Xeroxed. It's what's the blue shit?
Mimeograph.
Mimeograph, yeah.
Mimeograph.
Copies.
Yeah. So it's super faded too, right? Because the chemicals would have been.
Has that almost kind of like lavender purple
indigo
color.
And it's all anti-Soviet, really out of date.
Soviet?
There's stuff like fuck Putin. It's
anti-Russian.
A lot of,
Okay.
and you do know that, and probably Goldwater more than the rest of you, some people blamed the fall on various political conflicts.
Sure.
You know from further back that it was the angels that set the different factions and governments against each other. But some of the people bought into the engineered conflict. And one of those sets of oppositional factions for a very long time was US versus Russia. And this feels like people that very much bought into that story.
So like QAnon.
Yeah, like stupid and crazy.
Yes. QAnon. Luxor. You could have just left it at Luxor.
Here's the deal.
Is that their client base?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Stupid and crazy.
All right, so as you make your way to the stairs going up, you will get that the tone of the propaganda is stay watchful, be ready.
If you see something, say something, that kind of a thing.
It's more, yes, but more active, more jingoistic, and more aggressive.
Like militia.
Like your neighbor might be a communist patsy.
Yeah. So hey, Torg.
It's not paranoid. It's outward facing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Torg, I'm gonna go ahead and
will be ours, kind of thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, Torg, you should probably take a back seat
front.
here as we. No, I don't think Torg should be up front.
Oh, okay.
Put people up front and everybody act very pro-American the whole time. We should start chanting USA on our way up these stairs.
well, Goldwater is very
He's an IRS agent.
He knows more about the United States than anyone.
I do. I can.
Oh yes. If there are people here, obviously Goldwater will want to make sure the IRS has tabs, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they kind of sound like libertarians. I don't know if they're going to like the IRS guy too much.
Probably not.
They started playing Living in America over the internet.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, well, all right. Well,
friends, Apollo Creed might die. I'm just saying.
I'll say let me talk first. I can play their game.
If we find anybody, you're talking first for sure.
I think that makes sense.
Because I don't have any gas in this thing, so.
And he's the best dressed out of all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a nice suit. It's got no protection, but it's nice.
You make your way to the door to the residential levels. You can tell because it says residential level access.
Here
It
we
is
go.
not-
Huh?
Not locked, shall we?
Go.
Let's go.
Hello,
So-
USA, AOK, USA.
You open the door, say hello, and there is a dude sitting there, and he is over a century old, and he's in a wheelchair, and
Oh,
a lot of his body parts have been replaced with prosthetics and cybernetics, and he also Bane style has medication being pumped into him from a little module on his neck.
He's a cyborg.
And on his wheelchair, there are two little American flags.
Oh my
on
god.
the hand grips.
Oh,
patriotic
no.
cyborg.
Hello, sir.
You don't know if he's in the military. Why are you saluting him?
Shush.
Oh, aye. Whoa, aye. Warning, warning.
Sir,
And he starts the wheelchair starts going kind of in a
Oh
circle.
no, this is pitiful. He's spinning slowly in a circle.
please, sir, relax. I'm here from the United States government.
It's just shotgun this guy. Let's,
He goes just short of going like it breaks.
buddy.
We've been waiting. And he's got a little bit of a digital processor on his voice. He clearly has a vocoder. He's got a scar that looks like he was a smoker.
Oh
And
no.
that business has all been gone for a very long time.
We've been waiting.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
That's what it
But
sounds like.
you can read it in. Captain Amos, sir.
What's the situation?
Standing ready.
Apologies for leaving you down here for so long. Things outside of
What is
incredibly hairy.
let's go. Ask him for a situation report.
You're sure that, and he points at Torg, that they're not Russian. are they?
I'm positive they're not Russian. That's a contractor.
Oh, all right. All right. I hate to ask because I'm delighted to see you. Oh, excuse me. And he takes his nose off and pours it out and then screws it back on.
Jesus.
What
kind of cigarettes were you
what part of the
smoking, man?
government- what part of the
Nose
government-
dissolvers, apparently.
Who are you from?
And I'll just take out my IRS badge and I'll just be like, flip it over real quick and say CIA and put it right back.
Give me a deception roll.
All right.
Yeah, this
yeah.
guy's gonna have cybernetic eyes, bro.
Deceive. Oh, shoot. I'm really bad at that one.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell by the way you delivered that line.
So earnest.
Did you
I
make it?
did it.
Ah, that was the happy success dance.
Well, excellent. Good. We were hoping we could find you, but you'd find us. But we knew that. By the way, the other thing that you're noticing that I had mentioned before is you're standing on level ground.
Right.
So that probably means the inside was able to pivot, which means the inner sleeve is all properly
Aligned.
aligned.
Okay.
So all the
Okay.
stuff they advertised, they certainly tried to make it, durable and all of that. You'll need to speak with Lady Liberty.
Yes,
For
please.
sure. Yeah.
Stand
Where is
aside.
she?
You have to go to command and control. Follow me.
How many there are you?
Only 42 of us left.
That's a good number. Hey, do you
Well-
guys have any gas?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Lady Liberty. We started with 546. A lot of the tools and supplies have been repurposed. And he lifts an arm, and a couple of his fingers are made from other things.
Are all of you in the same situation, or have there been children?
Oh, no. Oh, no. None of us were able to reproduce after the fall.
Unfortunate.
We're all originals. We're all Americans, sir.
So
Yeah, that's
everyone left over 100-year-old?
Yeah, most are over 130.
How have you lived that long?
Science.
Yeah, buddy, science. Come on,
Okay.
stop acting
Science.
so surprised about stuff.
I mean, not a lot of this is original, but I'm still here.
Well, your ingenuity is amazing. You should be proud
You
of
know,
yourself.
we did have an issue with those butthole monsters on our way in.
The what now?
Like
The little squirmy butthole caterpillars that were outside of the building.
Torg
when we came in?
imagine they not have any idea, considering they have been trapped here.
Oh, I would have
We've
thought.
been sealed inside for a century, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
that's
Well,
what
just so
outside
you
is-
know, outside
butthole monsters.
there were butthole monsters out there.
Oh, that's not great news.
No.
Killed them.
no.
We killed. I killed them.
Well, thank you, and your country thanks you.
As,
All right. Is
as
this
they
command
said-
control right here?
yeah. Is this it?
No. We have to go like over here, but we'll just Coton montage.
Yeah.
And you'll run into others, and some of them
Tired montage.
some of them are able to walk. So they're not all in wheelchairs, but they've all been repaired differently. But there's none that has not been like. They all have prosthetics, cybernetics. They're all on chems.
We're in a robot nursing home.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, what if the Cybermen were like septuagenarians?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like an apartment filled with Captain Pikes.
Except they're
Right.
also like probably Trump voters.
You will be
Is
upgraded.
Like,
Is
they're
anything
all-
like are these are the like is there a line drawn to what they'll replace? Like is there brain like replacements or like to
You've
where
not
they'd almost be
seen-
more machine than man?
there you do see some more machine than men, but you don't see any signs of like brain or central nervous system. Right. So it's all none of it is like ultra tech. None of it's like cutting edge. This is very much like cyberpunk with a hacksaw kind of shit.
Right. They have prosthetics that are maybe a little bit more mechanized than your average
Well,
current day.
some were probably meant to be actual just normal prosthetics,
Right.
as opposed to being full on like cyber
Augmentations or something.
anything.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
and like robotic kidneys and livers and
And some of it is obviously the stuff that they requisition. Some of it's been turned into like that's a lung now.
Yeah.
So they've
It's just
been
like the vending machine clamps.
they've been cannibalizing everything they had in the system to stay alive.
So, so the lead dude's name was Amos. Was that his name?
Captain Amos.
Friend, Captain Amos.
How can I help you, son?
I am Lomar, and I just want to know.
Is that
It's
an
an-
American name? It sounds
Yes,
sounds
yes.
kind of European.
I am from Texan.
Oh, all right, excellent.
Your surgeries. Who performed your surgeries? They are beautifully done.
They were coordinated by Lady Liberty.
Can we meet Lady Liberty?
Oh, Lady Liberty's not a person. Lady Liberty is the system that runs this place.
Oh,
Lady Liberty's an
Oh.
AI. Holy shit. Dude,
I
we need
mean-
to get Tex.
yeah, get them together.
yeah.
They can hang out and be friends.
Is Lady Liberty single?
I've never thought to ask. You think she cares about such things?
We have a friend who might care.
That is a damn peculiar question. Well, Up here is command and control.
Oh, perfect.
Let's go meet this Lady Liberty.
Hello, Lady Liberty.
No, you're led into a small room.
Oh.
And there is a young fella who's 10 years younger than the gentleman you're with. So
a mere 90 years old.
no, he's still like 110.
Oh, okay.
This is Lieutenant James. And there is a room that's got a big monitor. They want to.
Oh, it's like kind of like Uniblab.
Yes, or like Tin Woodsman.
Like the Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, little like. Oh, you want a lady and a computer generated face, although not super. So picture like generated almost with pixel art. So very pixelated, right? Female face that resembles a little like the Statue of Liberty, like that kind of face. And with those colors, like the green, the how can I help?
Hello, we're here from the outside. We've come to check in and inspect this location.
The face de-animates in that it just kind of sags and isn't facially moving anymore, but a voice says, "Oh, thank Christ." And there's a noise and a little door opens.
Yeah.
And the lieutenant's like, "I didn't know that opened."
Okay.
Oh boy. Hey, Lieutenant, I got bad news for you. I got a feeling there's a person behind that door. I thought it was an AI robot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go in.
There is a fairly strong smell
Final
of sweat and urine and algae from this little room.
Oh,
what the fuck, man? Is it
And
like a
there is
mermaid or something?
a whole console of computer keyboards. And it very much looks like one of those wraparound organs with just rows of different technological.
Oh my God, is Paul Williams in there?
Herbie Hancock.
There is another old man. He doesn't have a lower body. He's been attached to like a wheelie chair, and he just kind of wheels himself around. And there's like bags hanging from the bottom of it on clips. And he looks very, very, very tired.
Hey, man. What's going on with you, buddy?
Come in and close the door.
Well, it's a little late. That guy saw the door, but we'll close it.
Yeah, that he presses a button and you hear the guy from the other room just collapse.
Oh,
wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he won't remember much about today.
Okay, well,
wait, what is happening? You can control them?
Well, yeah. I mean, not control, that's complicated, but unplug, sure.
I see. So you temporary
right
unconsciousness. Okay.
My name is Nestor. I was the only internal tech here.
Okay.
I don't know what you know, but we've been trapped here for an incredibly long time.
Yeah, probably about 100 years.
At least.
So I'm going to say this before we talk further. People should really treat their support staff with some fucking respect.
Oh no.
No doubt.
Are you like an angry tech support guy?
I to say angry is a little soft sell of you. I mean, how mad would you be if you ended up being caught in this piss room drinking algae, fighting to stay alive while those jingoistic morons outside limp around on the go juice that I manufacture for them?
But you could have left.
This is all very complicated. Do they know that it's you?
No,
Why not? Why didn't you tell them?
I'm not supposed to be in here at all.
Says who?
Okay.
Regs. So
Regs?
this whole place is super expensive, right? So
Sure.
you ever been in a place where they hire you and you can't eat in the damn lunchroom?
No.
Yeah, you got to like eat in a special area, not
Yeah.
with the other places. Sure.
Exactly. My lunchroom, my locker, my shit is all outside of a door that closed and never opened a long time ago.
Oh, I think we opened that up.
Ugh.
We open up the door.
There was a automated system here, which, by the way, I was always against, that took over a long time ago and started making some fucked up decisions.
Okay. Well, just because it seems like you're a little focused on this building, we should let you know that there's a whole world going on out there. That I met Torg in like some crazy village just a couple days ago. Like things are popping off outside of here. I mean, it's not perfect, it's not amazing, but if you've just been sitting in this one room drinking your own piss, like we should get you out of here, my
I
man.
keep them alive because I want to make sure that I have what I need to stay alive. And because just snuffing all of them seemed, I don't know, unethical.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what it was that I said that made you think I was telling you to kill everybody in here, but I was not trying to say that.
Oh, no. And he looks at your jumpsuit, Hammond.
Yeah.
So I wake up and go, do I kill him today? Like, this is not something you have to introduce to me. This is what I live with.
You're living with this.
Well, wouldn't you? Have you met them?
They are.
I met
Guys.
Have they sung to you yet?
Some. No, they can sing.
Oh, well, no, but they're gonna.
Oh.
I would like to see this.
I know that you think you do.
Do they know any Doobie Brothers by any chance?
Oh God, what are you?
Hold on.
Is he a masochist?
How about this? Look, here's the deal. My friends are looking for a place to live, okay? And I trust none of these guys want to sing a song or anything. But we do have some supplies that we could bring in. We got some other friends. We could probably turn this place into a nice spot. All we need you to do is kind of give us the grand tour, show us how everything works. And if necessary, we can turn off all those cyborg people. I mean, they're well over 100 years old. That's plenty of time for anybody to have on this earth.
If they have been, did you tell them that you're from the outside?
Yes.
So they're going to start arming up.
Like putting new arms on their bodies?
No,
Is that what you mean by that?
They want to take over. They want to take down the Russians.
Well, we told them we're from the United States because Agent Goldwater works for the IRS.
Oh my God!
Honestly,
Did you tell them that?
No, I told them I was from the CIA.
They have
That's right.
They have 100 years of returns, man.
Do they?
Oh, don't tell them.
Really? Do they really have 100 years worth of returns?
They do, and they physically printed them.
Wow. I would have assumed the first thing they would stop doing is trying to deal with the IRS because we're all socialists.
There's a whole room.
Wow.
Where's the room? I'm not going there now. I just would like to know.
We don't have time for you to go over these taxes, Agent.
Oh my God. This is like when you find out there's like an amazing record store in town.
Yeah.
It's got like
Just gonna stand there in the aisles browsing
Barrett's
returns,
like he's crate digging, but for tax returns.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Ooh, look at this one.
It's too little, the resources to support more than maybe a dozen. Stretch real thin, right? But we're using hydroponics,
right?
We're using a little cannibalism here and there. When someone finally dies, you got to reprocess the protein. Try not to judge. I ate my own legs.
Okay.
You do what you have to do. We got air, we have power. We have, no one came for us because we're out in the middle of where the fuck we are. And apparently the whole disguise the building plan worked better than any of the designers could have anticipated. So yeah, but you're infested with these lunatics.
But you could just turn them off.
Yeah.
That's they are going to pass at some point. And
they can pass in 3, 2, 1 dead if you want.
That's
Snap bank is switching.
I'm 100% behind us turning all these people off.
I mean, I have no skin in this game, but
thank you, Lomar. Thank you. Lomar's with me.
It seems a bit extreme, and Hammond not to, pull rank, but this is a mission that myself, Torg, and Lord Nevada are sort of running.
Hey, okay, hey man, you're the one who said you were looking for a place to live.
Yes.
This is a place to live.
I agree.
Now, I know it's not the most wonderful story in the world, but a lot of times when settlers are looking for a new place to live, the place they find, they have to get rid of the people that are there already. That's just usually how it works.
Okay.
Again, just like I'll take a page from Lomar's book. I got no skin in this game. I go from place to place repairing stuff. You're the one looking for a place to live.
It's true, but part of our mission is to find a society and integrate with it, not to remove it and replace it.
I also don't think these guys are that much into integration.
I agree. My hopes, honestly, have been somewhat dashed, having made it this far into the building.
Torg has idea.
Okay, Torg.
So, what if we gave them better place to stay with something that they could identify with, like Tex? What if? Because I mean, if they are rootin' tootin' Americans, they probably would really gravitate towards meeting talking Tex's head. And if they could protect the original Tex body and head location, they could relocate there. And they clearly have no problem shooting things that mean no harm, so they could kill all those weird.
I don't see how a bunch of 150-year-old people with colostomy bags are going to survive in the wasteland.
So Torg, is it? I just so you know, when I said they were training, it's in the lounge. We have a video game that has little light pistols, and they've been pretending that that's serious army training. These are real old men.
Yes.
Oh, then Torg say we just lie to them and trick them. They believe us. They'd be easy to fool, then we not have to kill.
Yeah, just tell them that the Russians took over the building. They got to go.
The right lie they're going to believe. I mean, they fell for a lot of liberty shit, and certainly mine. One of the other reasons that I've not just ended this is they're kind of a resource. I mean, if there is a world out there, these people were around before the fall. And they may have skills and knowledge that doesn't even exist anymore.
Very true.
They may not.
Ooh.
Why don't we just tell them that Agent Goldwater from the CIA has commandeered the building and that he's in command now, and then he could tell them what they needed to do. He can give them orders.
You know what I'm saying, Goldwater? And then we tell them they have to stay on the top 2 floors of the building
as lookouts.
As lookouts, and they just got to stay there.
No. Torg say appeal to ego. Don't say top 2 floors for lookout. Say top 2 floor because they's the special people, the chosen original, and it make them feel proud and they won't realize we screw them.
Or maybe they have to go on patrol in the hallways where the squiggly butthole monster was, and they're
friends.
No,
I'm not sending these people to their deaths. They are
friends. How many units are in the apartment complex?
Hundreds.
And there are only 42 of them.
How much food and how much water do you have here as far as like continue? How many people could live here safely?
Well, he's been maintaining 42, more than 42 for a very long time, but they're gradually declining.
If things were repaired slowly over time, how back to normal, back to full.
Given what I've got now, 12 or so. Bringing in new materials, so like even my algae farm is running out of fresh, unfucked water.
Right.
So that could be as many as 3 times as many. So something in the order of 40 people.
An additional 40 people.
Well, 40 all told. I mean, so I can maybe maintain all of these pretty much perpetually.
I'm okay. Well, let me ask you something, Nestor. What do you want or need from us?
I don't want to have to be imprisoned, maintaining a bunch of elderly, jingoistic lunatics anymore. I'd love to.
And they're happy here.
They're happy because they believe the lie that they're going to get their revenge.
Great. So they can stay down here as far as I'm concerned and live until they die. We need to find some kind of replacement for you.
You need to be able to fix the AI.
Well,
Friends.
Yes.
Tex!
We're all thinking the same thing. But we can all say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Kill them all.
Yes! Oh, damn it.
So in my mind, this becomes a cutaway to a scene of the old people wheelchairing through the hallways.
You don't know me.
Over the intercom, you hear, "This is Big Tex. Second lunch is 10 minutes away. You lucky so-and-sos. Wee-haw!"
Oh, you
And then we pull
telling
away.
me the things you're gonna do
And we
for
see the
me.
van driving away with that music playing in the background. So apparently we have sacrificed Big Tex, the AI of which will not be going to D. Because it's going to go replace Lady Liberty. So Nestor, who, by the way, is in the back of the van with you, you now have a new 120-year-old buddy.
Great.
Who has no legs.
No legs.
He ate his own legs.
Well, he was hungry.
Have you ever had a churro, friend?
Not for so long. I'd cry, but my tear ducts are dried up.
We know a place we can get a good churro.
Let's go there.
Oh man.
They're
You
gonna
just
do
gave up this
this.
shelter.
I don't understand why we gave it up. I thought that
We can still come back. We're only evaluating places. Sorry, this
Okay.
is I should be out of character. But we're only evaluating places right now, and this was one of the places on the list. So we didn't give up on it. We inspected it like
Okay.
we're going to. We can
This
just
is the season where we go apartment hunting.
yes, basically. But I think this place sucks and we should not use it. It's real. It can support 40 people. That's terrible.
You have
So we've how many have we been to? Just again, this
one
is
more
talking
on your list.
3.
one more on our list. We've been to the haunted Jesus house.
Yes.
We've been to now
What was
cyborg MAGA retirement community.
Yeah.
and then we were also at the Poe? Is that what it was called?
The beastie community.
The beast, the rabbit, the beast, the pangolin place.
Which is
Yep.
awful.
Awful.
But we also found on our adventures an empty, mildly AI protected, has arms and whatnot, housing development that nobody knows about, is in a pretty safe spot. It's great. This is the place I want. It's got trees, it's got grass, it's got lawn, you can grow stuff there. It's got guns. All we got to do is dig a bunch of graves and put some bodies in them.
Okay, so that's not on the official initial list that we had. Found a new one.
The only other one on your list was a cache for the military base.
Near Houston, right?
Yeah. No. Wow, far down the south.
In the further south, but like in kind of a rad zone near a bunch of
It is, yeah.
Like
weird
Brownsville.
places.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Brownsville.
Well, we're gonna leave this here, and then we'll go back to season 2 House Hunters.
House Hunters of the Apocalypse.
And before I hand it over, just firstly, thanks for playing Colton. You were huge, fucking fun. Super glad to meet you. Super glad to have the chance to play with you.
So fun. Great job.
So,
Thank you.
Thanks,
handing
man.
over to Mike, right?
Yep.
That's correct.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I just wanted to let you know that this coming Thursday on the 819 Entertainment Channel is the Hard Ass Trivia season finale, in which we will crown our second season champion. Then Monday, we'll be doing Tales from the Wasteland with the cast of Tales Told Dark. Then we're taking a little bit of a couple of week break from Nuked, and we'll be back, I think, on
July 6th.
July 6th. That's right.
Yeah.
Do we have a guest yet for that, Shannon?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, we'll have a guest very soon. So get ready. Tune in for that. I wanted to go ahead and thank Breeze, our moderator for tonight. Andreas, as always. Brett, our historian. Colt Joyce, our technical director. And one more time for Mr. Colton Dunn, who was an awesome and super fun guest. And we'd love to have him back anytime. Until next time then, Wasters, we will see you in the wasteland.